All right, this is Race here in Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. Just want to show you the very first lesson I give all of my students. And the important thing about drumming, and I want to get right to the point here, is that drumming is, focusing on this part of the stick hitting whatever sound we want to get from our instrument. So the key to all of drumming is, where are these tips going to land? And if they don't land in the right location, then you're not going to get the sound that you're looking for. And what I mean by that is, you have to focus on the tip of your stick, okay, so that you know where the tip of your stick is going to hit. Now, in order to maintain the center focus of where you want your sticks to go, I teach what is called not only head-to-hand coordination, but the mobility of the hand in such a way that you're utilizing the wrist movement, not so much the forearm movement or the full arm movement. As much as, I know that some people have limitations, and we're going to have to work around that. I mean, you will have to work around that. If you've broken your arm at some point, if you've broken your elbow or your wrist, you can, if you pursue with all of your energy, you can drum, but you're going to have to make some adjustments, okay? That's common sense. But I'm talking about someone who's never broken their fingers or their wrist or their elbow or their arms, whether it's upper or lower arm. The basic movement that you want to establish is the center of the drum that you're hitting. That's the movement you want. You want to establish the ability to hit the center of that drum. Now, I have a drum pad here to hit on, but basically, when you're focusing on hitting the center of that drum, you shouldn't have a posture that is round shouldered this way here, and or sitting so far up on your seat that you're playing like this either. You don't want to have your shoulders up because you're balancing on the edge of your seat, or you don't want to have your shoulders down because you're sitting too far back on your seat. What you want is to be able to position yourself comfortably with your feet flat on the floor, and if you get it behind a drum set, of course, it'll be on the pedals, okay, whether it's the bass pedal or the hi-hat, okay, and the position for the bass pedal and the hi-hat is the same way your feet would have a position if you were standing upright. When I'm standing upright, my feet are in this kind of position, not this kind of position, or I'm not in this kind of position with my feet, as many drummers have done or are still doing. So when you sit down, you should have your feet planted firmly on the floor when you're practicing just on a particular pad, like I'm doing right now. But to move ahead with what I wanted to show you, 1977, believe it or not, in 1977, on my 30th year on the planet, okay, I decided to put together a formula of drumming so that I could teach others. And I've been teaching since that time. But this is the same basic teaching I've had since then, and I'm going to show you today, even in the first half hour, the basic count ability and accent ability. And I'll explain that as I'm going along. But count ability is the ability to count. Now, if you have a single drum and you want to do multiple notes, or if you have a three-piece drum set, with the bass drum, that would be 4 pieces. Or if you have a 5-piece drum set, which means you have 2 tom-toms, a floor tom, snare, and a bass, that's a 5-piece drum set. Or even if you go beyond 5-piece drum set, you're gonna have to learn how to count. Basic common sense. You should know how to count as to how many times you're gonna hit each drum to establish each tone that you're trying to play to go along with the song. Now, of course, you can have 2 basic cymbals, which would be the ride cymbal and the crash cymbal, and you can have the basic 1 hi-hat. But I've seen drum sets with 2 hi-hats. I've seen drum sets with 3 or 4 or 5 crash cymbals, as well as 2, 3 or 4 ride cymbals, and then splash cymbals. You can have all kinds of different sounds, but it still boils down to how many times are you going to hit those instruments, those voices, those sounds. Are you going to hit them just once, or are you going to hit them twice, 3 times, 4 times? If and when you hit them multiple times, there is a manner of counting how many times you hit, but also a manner of accenting what you hit. For instance, if you're hitting just the basic 4 notes on a single drum, okay, there was no accents there. But if I was to put an accent on the first of 4 notes, it would sound like this. If I was going to put an accent on the first and second, it would sound like this. If I was going to put an accent only on the 3rd note, it would sound like this. Or if I put the accent on the last note, it would sound like this. So I just demonstrated countability, and countability is the ability to count. And in this case, I was playing just 1 note on each hand. And accentability is the ability to put the accent wherever it is needed or wanted or desired. But I was still playing just 1 number each time. Now, if I was to spread those 4 notes across 4 drums, then you would have the first drum hitting the snare, and if you're right-handed, it always starts with the right hand. The first note would be on the snare drum using the right hand. Now, I know when you're looking at me, it looks like this is my left hand, but in actuality, it's my right hand. Then the second note would go on a tom-tom, which would be the left hand, and then the next tom-tom would be right hand, and then cross down here for the floor tom. So if I was to go 1, 2, 3, 4, that would give me the 4 single notes that I'm talking about at this moment. But even those 4 single notes can have accents if I decide to put them on one of the drums. So if I'm putting an accent on the first one, then the second one, third one, fourth one is regular notes, then you have what is the accent ability prior to 4 notes being played, with the first one accented and the other 3 just filling in the sound. Okay. Now I'm going to focus only on one surface for now to show you countability. I want you to notice that is, if I say 4 times 1, that means 4 single notes. If I say 4 times 2, it would be 2 notes 4 times. Now, if I put an accent on the first of each 2 note, it would sound like this. Okay, now we're talking about 2 notes 4 times. So with my students, I tell them, Since you have 4 drums, I want you to play 4 times 2 with the accent on the first of each 2. They know exactly what I'm talking about. They're going up accent, 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 and they're covering 4 drums. But we're going to stick with the single drum right now. Okay. Now, if I say 4 times 3, it's automatically understood with my students that if you're going to go 3 notes, the first one's got to have an accent to it, like this. And if it's going to be 4 times 3, it's going to sound like this. Now, why do we do that? We do that for the purpose of keeping count ability by utilizing the accent ability that we produce. Accent ability helps with count ability. So if I'm about to count 4 times 3, one of the ways to count 4 times 3 is 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Now, you might say, well, what's the benefit of all that? Well, in a beat structure, if you're playing across 4 drums, you have to reinforce those accent with the bass drum, hi-hat, bass drum, hi-hat. So if you're going to go across 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that would be 4 counts in a 4/4 timing of a 4/4 beat. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're talking 4 times 3 would be played between the distance of 4 notes, such as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then go back on your beat. Now that's how you are able to figure out the filler notes on a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now moving on to 4, countability for 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now another way to count it, of course, is 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and now for a 5, the countability is the accent on the 5th note. 5 is kind of more of a challenge when you're doing single stroke. I'll show you later on the difference using a double stroke, but for now we're just covering single stroke. So here's a single stroke 5 note, 4 times 5 with the accent on the last note. You follow me so far? Here it is. I'm going to play it for you. Very simple. 4 times 5, accent on the last note. Here it is again. All right. Now, I tell all of my students as well that drummers don't count the normal, natural way everybody else counts. We have our own language of drumming as well as our own language of counting. For instance, we will not count 6 notes, which is the next note, the next note combination I'm going after. We don't count 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When we want to have 4 times 6 notes on each drum, how we count 6 is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now if I played 4 times 6, it would be like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2. See, I wouldn't have to say it as much as Watch it this way. I'll play it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Understand? Here it is again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right? This is the first time I've attempted to play and say and record this for you, but you understand what I'm getting at, I hope. Now let's move on to 7. 7, to count to 7, if we were to hit one note for every time we used a syllable, we would, instead of 7 notes, we would end up with 8 notes, because 7 has a double syllable, which is one of the reasons why we count differently. Because if we're going to go up to 10 or 12 notes per drum or per combination, then we can't literally count it physically or even mentally if the 7 has a double syllable. It'll throw us off. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. But basically, this is how we count 7. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. We put the accent on the last one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, I just demonstrated how to count to 7, but as I was going a little bit faster, I wanted to demonstrate how you can count faster by eliminating the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, the 2, 3 after each 3. In other words, if I wanted to play the 7 faster without counting every single note, this is what I would do. 1, 2, 3. Only the accent would be on the last one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, I want you to notice that if I play 4 times 7, look what happens. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, left, 1, right, left. Now if I'm going across a drum set, it will make a lot of difference to alternate from one drum to the other. And you'll always finish on the left. Before I go much further, and I can take you up to 10 notes on each drum, but before I get to 4 times 10, let me explain something that I want you to notice. I want you to notice that the 1, the 3, the 5, and the 7 alternate. What I call alternation. So the odd number from 1 to 10 will alternate from beginning on the right hand and alternating to the left hand and back again 4 times. So it'll go right, left, the right, and the left, just like the single note, okay? And each number begins with the right, the left, the right, the left, alternating, whether it's a 3, a 5, a 7, or a 9. Now here's the other thing I want you to notice, that every time you begin an even number, they all begin with the right hand and always end on the left. Whether it's a 2 or 4 or 6, whoops, 1, that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Even though I'm counting using 2 odd numbers as the number 3, I still end up with the left hand like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm doing 2 times 3 in order to get 6, okay? So I'm letting that out of the bag there. In other words, I don't have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just count 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. So if I go 4 times 6, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I always end on the left. Now it's going to be true for the 8 and the 10. You'll always start with the right and with the left. As a matter of fact, I want you to notice that whether you start with an even number or an odd number, all of the numbers begin with the right hand if you're a right-handed drummer, and end with the left. Why? Because if you're playing 4 drums on a drum set, you want to end on the left on the floor tom in order to get into the beat again by hitting your crash and going to the hi-hat. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. We'll get to that later as far as the drum set. But all the single note combinations from 1 will go up to 10, all begin with the right hand, all finish on the left hand, especially if you're playing on 4 drums. And I want you to notice that when I'm playing on the drum, my shoulders are not like this. My hands are not like this. I'm not stroking like this, and I'm not using my forearm, and I'm not using my elbows up in the air. But I'm very relaxed, very centered, and using my wrist. Now, I think the last number I finished off on was 7. Let me explain to you how I count my countability for 8. Countability for 8 is 2 times 4. So I'm actually going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I just executed 4 times 8. Accents on the first note of each 4. I'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I could have counted all 4 of them by going like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. You understand? Okay. Now let's move on to 9. 9 we count, drummers like myself, 3 times 3. And it's a form of counting that is more balanced from right to left than if we were to count say 4 times 2 plus 1, or 2 times 4 plus 1. There are many ways to count 9, but in order to get the rolling effect and the alternating feeling, it is better to break it up into 3s, like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I just played 4 times 9, and all I counted was the first of each 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 times 9. How do we count 10? Let's move right into it. 4 times 10 is 3, 3, 3, 1, with the accent on the 10, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2,